6 level cups of flour, 1.5 cups of milk, 1 stick of salted butter so you don't have to add salt, 1 pack of instant yeast so you do not have to bloom, a half a cup of sugar, half a cup of warm water, and 3 eggs lightly beaten. Step 1, gather all your ingredients together so you don't have to run around the kitchen looking for the stuff. Step 2, get your 3 eggs and lightly beat it. I poke my yolks, then just roll it around a few times. You don't want to make scrambled eggs, you just want them lightly beaten. Because we don't have to bloom the yeast, you can pour the instant yeast or rapid rise yeast directly into the flour and give it a quick stir so it's inside the flour. Next, grab your milk, your half a cup of sugar, pour the sugar in as well as the warm water, and then give it a nice stir. Make sure you stir it where the sugar and everything is incorporated. I just want to show you how to level flour the right way. You get a flat-edged item, like I'm using a offset spatula. You can use the back of a large knife or anything that is long enough to cover the top of the cup that you're measuring with and is flat. Use a chopping style so you're tapping the plastic or the rim of the cup as you go across. This gets out any air pockets or any holes that didn't get filled in with flour. You're making sure everything gets filled so you have an accurate cup reading and you're getting all the excess off so you won't have a dry dough. Add your dough hooks. These are mine. I don't have a fancy machine, but this does the job. Add your dough hooks, however way you feel like putting it in. Give it a quick mix again before you add your milk mixture. Pour a little bit of your milk mixture. You don't want to pour it all in. You pour a little bit at a time and start your blender to mix. After you add a little bit, then you can add some of your egg and then add some more milk until you get it all worked in. Don't forget to scrape the bottom and the sides of your bowl so you can get all the flour and everything incorporated very well. Scrape often as you mix. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Scrape, 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 scrape. You just keep mixing and scraping until everything gets very well incorporated and makes a nice smooth dough. It is going to be sticky, so if it's dry, then you didn't do something right. You gotta make sure your measurements are accurate. If it's too wet, then you didn't do your dry ingredients right. But you see, it'll mix and mix until it's nice and smooth. We're almost there. It's getting smoother. We still got a few lumps from scraping, but it's getting smoother. Guess what time it is? It's butter time. Yay! Everybody clap your hands. A very important part of the process. Flour your counter, butter up your hands, grab your bowl, and flip over. You're gonna spend 5 minutes turning this into something beautiful. Add flour and just knead. Knead with the palm of your hands. Add flour as you need to the counter or to the top. When you feel your hands getting too sticky, or it feels like gum stuck to your fingers, add more flour. You do this in about 5 minutes. It'll still feel sticky, but not gum-like sticky. Get your bowl, spray it with some butter. Put your pretty little bowl in it. Get some saran wrap or plastic wrap. Cover it tightly. And then you're going to let it sit in a nice warm place for an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. I like heating my oven up to 350 and placing my bowl on top of the oven, because then it'll expand triple its size. Make sure you put this before you put the saran wrap on, that you spray the top down with butter, just in case the plastic and the dough hits, it won't get stuck to the plastic. Clean up, everybody clean up, clean up. One hour later, y'all gonna see how much this rose. This bad boy rose. Look at this. Ain't that pretty? So you're gonna flour your surface again. Flip the dough over on the surface. Y'all don't think you need as much flour as you did last time. But when you flip that dough out, it's gonna be pretty. Look at that. Clean. I'm just gonna lightly beat it with your knuckles until it's about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch thick. Sprinkle a little flour on top just so you won't stick to it. Whole thing about this is getting any air pockets and air bubbles out from the rise. You're gonna let it rise again, so don't worry about it. You want to make it look as much of a triangle as you possibly can. It won't be perfect, but you know what a rectangle looks like. Find your pizza cutter, because it's time to cut this. Cut yours into pieces, however many pieces you want. We like putting ours in muffin tins and making like pull apart bread, or those they call it split top breads. Cut your slices, your rectangles, or whatever. To whatever size you want. You can make them smaller if they're too big.